Hello, this is the Eve's Eden Show. Welcome home to Eden. Love Life with Eve will take you where you need. Woo! So, we're going to talk right now about when Christian men get it right, and when they get it off. And is she really an extension of your body? And it does her mood, like, how does her mood play into this whole thing for the sexual bliss in marriage that men are always wanting and women too? Okay. Well, so I'm watching these Christian men talking with Jordan Peterson, and they're all, assuming that anybody like me, that I represent the left, is going to disagree with them and call them sexist when they say that men want sex and food and respect, and women basically want to be understood and they want to be protected. No, I'm going to agree with you on those things, but I'm going to call them the feminine and masculine sides of ourselves, and so that we're not as pigeonholed by those ideas. But then, so they're thinking I'm going to think they're sexist when they say that. Then they say, and by the way, men and women are really different. They're just not the same animal. And they think I'm going to think that's sexist too, but that's just true. And that is an amazingly important thing to acknowledge, because if you don't acknowledge how different her physiology is and yours, and her emotionality and everything about her, then you're not actually supporting women or the woman's movement to say that women are like men or that we want what men want. That's not the equality that we need. We don't need the equality to be a man. No. But then the guys went a little too far, and this is what I think is really important to kind of get a handle on, because one of them, some big famous author, says, and by the way, a woman should just put aside her mood when it comes to sex. She should just do it anyway because it's so necessary for a happy marriage. Okay, now, let's check into this for a minute. So he gets written up by the New York Times as advocating for rape, marital rape, which I wouldn't say this. I don't think this he's trying to say. He's trying to say, look, just come on, just get with it, just do it, regardless of how you feel. But the thing is, Christian man, if a woman were to do that, the thing of putting aside her mood, her feelings, then she has to be a man. She has to become a man to have sex with you. And if she's having sex with you from the masculine place of not caring about her feelings and suppressing all of her emotionality, she's not going to take you into tantric cosmic sets. There will be no awakening and enlightenment from the sexual act. That is possible, to have a spiritual awakening and healing path through your sexuality. If you ask her to numb out and just do it because you want it, you have lost her heart. So although it's very true that we need to, in a committed relationship where we're stuck with each other, we can't go get the sex elsewhere, so we better figure it out. But the figuring it out is not her numbing so you can just get some. It's you, boyfriend. It's you learning how to deal with emotions. It's you being there for her feelings and hearing them, and being willing to take some action in the departments that are causing her to feel those ways. So you're like, but I'm used to having everything my way in a man's world. I don't have to work that hard. Well, it's not going to be a man's world anymore, because if it is, we can see the entire world is going down in flames when it's your world, guys. And the only way to save the planet, to save humanity from climate change and political debacles and on, war, is for everybody to get on board with the feminine values matter and her feelings matter. And you can't say to her, have sex with me and just put aside your mood. You can say, though, like Jordan Peterson would say, come on, do the work to get over your mood. You can say, girlfriend, don't just hope fester with your moods and eternally use them as a way to cockblock. No, be willing to get that brave and really speak about what's going on, because you're not speaking up because you're so afraid he won't listen to you, and that'll hurt you so deeply, or that what you want is untenable. Well, to be really happy in a in a marriage, the Gottmans, most famous couples counselors, would say the only happy, really happy relationships are the ones in which they respond to and the man is willing to be influenced by the feminine. Okay, so you're going to be influenced by the feminine means that her demands, her unreasonable demands, everybody's calling them unreasonable or bitchy or so demanding, but they're not. They're just her bottom line to be with you, opening her body for her to allow you to come into her body, heart and soul. See, so it could be just her body, like a prostitute. Okay, give me some money. You're taking care of the rent and the bills, and I'll open my body. But if you want in a marriage, sacred marriage, it's her heart and soul. That's got to come into this. So then the Christian man goes, and she wants to open those, and she can only if it's emotionally connected with you and you're willing to go and listen and be emotional with her. Okay. But then the Christian man goes even farther, another stand, and he's saying, oh, by the way, I really consider my divine partner's body to be my own body. Like, we are one. She's so much part of me that her body is my body. Okay, well, gosh, that's a little too far. You know why? Because as soon as you do that, you're going to assume that her physical needs are like yours. They're not. They're different. And she might even have more of a sexual appetite than you, but she's got a whole different way to climax and a whole different set of needs she's got. And if you're thinking her body is yours, as your flesh, now you're about to take away her right to choose whether or not she can have a baby, whether or not she can go through with that in her own body, her own soul, her right to exist as a human on her own terms. That's just as important as any baby. Now you're owning her body, and it's gone too far. And then we have this thing of the abortion rights are being taken away all over the country, and women are fleeing the country. They're going to Mexico. They're getting raped in clinics where they're not safe. And you have sent your wife into the wolf den without you, because you think her body is yours, and it's not. Spiritually, you could say we are blending bodies. You could say that this thing happens when you're making love, where you enter each other's bodies, hearts and souls, and there's a blending that happens. And it's true that when a woman receives a man's DNA, she can be affected by his DNA so deeply that she has different habits. She has different ways that she feels, different levels of joy or power because of his gift to her of his life force, and that he too, by swapping juices into the feminine, his whole world opens up into a more expanded consciousness about love. You could say that it's very true that we do affect each other's bodies, and we do blend as bodies, especially spiritually. Our bodies blend into each other in lovemaking. Yes. But that's still not true to say that her body is yours and that your body is hers. You have a masculine body. She's got a feminine body. And the respect of that difference is where the polarity lies, the mystery lies. The distance between you is really important, because it's creating this sacred balance of mystery that you're always diving into to find out more and to honor the other. So you want to be honoring this mystery. You want to be aware of the difference and continually asking, how is this for you? What are you needing? Where is this going with you right now? So there we go. We want to bring in the beautiful Christ consciousness, sacred Buddha consciousness, from the ecstatic feminine world. What's to understand is that it's not that we're against Christianity or Jesus as an absolutely real divine being, God. It's that what we see is that all the different religions around the world are simply different names for the same divinity. And all the great teachers, if you have Muhammad and you have Buddha and you have um, Mother Teresa, you have Guadalupe, you have all these great beings that have shown up spiritually or physically on the planet. And to us, the divine feminine, teacher women, healer women, they're all real. They're all real, but they're all the same love force. You can recognize in every single one of those great teachers love emanating through them, coming from the same one cosmic goddess that is creating all of this. But we would never say the African people who talk to ancestors and deities of nature are less than or more than or in a whole different world. We would just say it's the same spectrum, just by different names from different angles. So if you can just see that when you look at a woman next to you, and you can go, oh, this is God, this is divine goddess. She's my polarity, and she's just as real and sacred and as my father man Holy Ghost thing. She's got her mother goddess holy embodiment thing, and the polarity is beautiful between everybody. So let's just try to get on board with everybody allowing each other to have their space, their viewpoint, but could we just agree on this one fact, that men and women are different. They do need different things, and it's beautiful, and that you don't have to own anybody. Nobody has to own anybody in order to have a lot of sexual pleasure in their marriage. A lot. It's just you gotta allow emotions to be there. Let her feel her feelings, and please find out why she's feeling that way. Okay. Thank you.